So this becomes another talking point, another consideration factors for you to buy, whether you're buying for own stay or for investment, because schools are always favorable. Okay, schools are always favorable, and it has been known that if your property is near any great schools, 1 km, your desirable demand is going to be very, very high. All right, so to show you the area, what surrounding, let me just share with you. There's also the direct connectivity I share with you. It's going to be a community hub in future. So there's a direct link from reserve residences to the hawker centers, markets, and eateries.
So the big question is this: how busy professionals and homeowners like us make six-figure profits from the property we own safely by doing it with research, data, and numbers. How do we buy in a way without complications and half guessing, regardless of the market conditions, and still remain profitable? That is the question. Here, I will share with you exactly what we do and how we do it. My name is Edmund, and welcome to Singapore Real Estate Insider.
Reserve residences, we all know that this is an integrated property. Okay, an integrated property. And the question is, we call it 包家 lah for durian. That means if today you want everything inside a development, reserve residences is the one to go, because why? It has everything, ma. Or it's like your king of the king durian. Mao Zhong's what Wang Zhong Wang durian. Because integrated, ma. So you got everything there. So integrated transport hubs is a term utilized by LTA. Right? It is to describe a development that has air-conditioned bus interchange, commercial shopping mall, MRT, everything kind of linked up together. So in Singapore, right, there's only 12 of them. Okay, 12 of them are integrated transport hubs, and they have residences on top. But do they have additional perks like what reserve residences has? Do they have the service apartment part of it? Do they have a connecting bridge towards the community hub? So some of all these perks only reserve residences has. And we're going to uncover some of these other properties that kind of are the mixed development linked to the MRT. Some of them are integrated, of course. And how do they deem it? Is basically, this is how LTA defines integrated property. So basically, there's a few integrated developments with transport hubs in Singapore. All right. So if you don't know, basically, this is your first time seeing, we have Campus Heights, we have the Sentries, we have Budo Residences, Keelan Residences, as well as North Park. So basically, these are the top 5. But one thing you must know that it is a very rare situation where they will build a integrated transport hub in the city fringe area, which is rest of Central Core, RCR. Because all these are in the mass market, which is generally where all the masses are. Okay, most of the homeowners stay in the different neighborhoods, different estates. That is why there is a need for areas in OCR to house integrated transport hubs. But we see a trend moving, meaning more educations, more educated consumers, buyers. They want to stay maybe perhaps nearer to town. So reserve residences is the first to be in the RCR zone, which is very, very exciting. Okay, so this is going to be the first one. So I'm going to just run through very quickly in terms of some of these development prices, just to give you a sense about integrated properties, right? How do they fare in terms of prices? Okay, so of course, we compare the top 5. These are the top 5, right? And they are all completed, plus minus. For Campus Heights was of course one of the oldest first pilot project for integration, and it has fared very well in the beginning. And of course, with things change, property gets aged. So averagely, you can see that their average per square foot ranging from 1,200 plus. You see, in terms of the price, maximum price per average. Sentries is about 1,400 plus. Budo Residences 1,008. Keelan about 1,008. And North Park Residences can even go up to 2,000 per square foot. So today, all these properties are the older ones. They are the older comparison for transport hubs. So if today you are getting a brand new reserve residences right smack in the center of the transformation of Beauty World, will it worth a chance to buy into this property as an iconic property and just hold on to this property at least for the next 10 to even 15 years down the road? You see, I still remember when Budo Residences was launched. So there's always a perks in terms of integrated properties, but I also want to lay down a very real concern. It will not come cheap. Okay, so don't expect reserve residences to come in and say that, oh, because I have so many units, I want to slash my prices to sell. I don't think it will be that case, because ultimately the premium of reserve residences is that there's a lot of perks to call it a premium property. So what we are seeing is today, if we are able to buy into this premium product, it will be something that is iconic enough that you can call, hey, I own this property with integrated transport hub, MRT link, community hub link, and shopping mall at the same time. So this is what we call the iconic type of properties that we all want. All right, so there are basically 3 good things and 3 not so good things about reserve residences I want to share with every single one of you. So for the 3 good things, the very first point, I find that it's a very rare integrated project that if today in this market you are able to enjoy the kind of facilities that the reserve residences is providing, I think it will be a very attracting point for you to exit in time to come. But of course, it will also not be too low in terms of the pricing that they're going to launch. So if let's say they really launch it at a very sensitive price within the 2004 to 2005, I believe in this kind of per square foot value, it can still absorb. Why is this so? Because with that additional $100+ versus the surrounding properties, right? What you're getting is not just an integrated property. You are getting a very reputable developer who is providing you all the upmarket designs, facilities, and quality. And that will translate to that you also have a combination of your transport hub, your aircon bus interchange, your linkway to the MRT beauty world, which is very, very important because we are so well connected. And not forgetting that this project, the reserve residences, is one of the very rare ones that you actually have a service apartment set up in the facility of the development. And not only that, in future, there will be a new community hub that is along the Bukit Timah stretch. And there will be a link bridge over to the community hub where the wet market, the hawker centers are. And I'm sure there are going to be more facilities there as well at the same time. Right. So I'm very, very excited to share that actually one of the main key points of what I love about reserve residences is that you have everything. Okay, you no need to be worried about, you do not have amenities, the transportation. Is a hub of everything, and you are spoiled for choice in terms of the facilities in this project. All right. So the second thing that I really love about this is that I've been talking about beauty world transformation since 2018 to a lot of my homeowners, and they bought into the area and they have witnessed the growth in terms of their value of property. So ever since 2018, we do see the transformation happening, and reserve residences is right smack in the heart of this entire transformation. So that is the reason why what we are seeing is that today you got the integration. You are in the heart of a major transformation that is going to last at least even until 2030. You will have a very good security in terms of your price point for that basis. And one of the telltale signs that I've gotten through my research for the reserve residences as well as the entire beauty world transformation, right, is that I'm always asking myself, why would the government spend such a massive amount of cost and movement to build an integration of a transport hub and the cross island line within the beauty world area, which is Upper Bukit Timah side? What is the key thing that they are trying to deliver? And so this is something that I just want to share with you from my own opinion. Why are we also focusing a lot in this location? So one of the key things that I noticed when I was doing my research, besides, of course, beauty world transformation, that's definitely one. The cross island line, which is going to schedule to be ready by 2030 or 2032 latest because of the COVID situation, a lot of things have got delayed. You also will see that the Bukit Timah Sky Park, which is very close to the King Albert Park MRT station there. So can you see where the linkage with the cross island line, the Sky Park, and the integration of the transport hub, all this going on? There must be something big brewing there in years to come. All right. So of course, right now I'm projecting what is going to be beyond 2030. And I want to give you guys, first of all, let me share with every one of you, Turf City, okay? Turf City is going to be, their lease is going to be ending end of 2023, December 2023, all right? Okay, so one key thing that you must understand is that because of Turf City that is going to end their lease in 2023, and it has already been stated that they are not going to continue this lease, right? This is the last extension that they're going to do. So the question is, what will happen to that huge plot of land beyond 2023 December? Okay, so that's something for you guys to think about. All right, so just to give you a measurement, right, how big Turf City is. Turf City basically is 196 football fields. That is that big. Okay, there are 196 football fields. And most importantly, if you look at the master plan, you all can actually go to one map or even URA just to play around with it. And you'll be surprised to see that the entire Turf City zone is actually zoned for residential. So is it a coincidence that the transport hub, the transformation of Beauty World is going to be stated for until 2030, and then Turf City is going to end their lease in 2023 with all these major things going on. See, so that is why whenever we help our clients to look at properties, or whether it's for own estate or investment, we also take a whole research to the next level where we also study how Singapore is projecting their movement in terms of properties, what are the major changes in master plan, urban planning, to help us navigate better in the years to come, to make sure that our property value is being protected and we have the huge potential growth in near to come. All right. So these are things that, of course, you will not be able to see it right now, but from the master plan, that's where we connect the dots and to kind of have a glimpse into the future like a magic crystal ball. All right. So the third thing that I really love about this area is that it's high time. Okay, it's high time that Upper Bukit Timah Beauty World get a rejuvenation. Okay, for the longest time we have the shopping malls there. Yes, they are still functional, but they are dated. Okay, outdated, or in terms of the design, in terms of the shops, it still function is basic needs. But I think it's high time that the area is going to be rejuvenated, out with the old and in with the new. And the way I see reserve residences is that they will be the one leading the pack. Okay, they will definitely be leading the pack together with their neighbor, the Link, which is also having some mixed development, commercial space. So these two developments, the moment, okay, so this is what I will guess, the moment when these two developments are ready and operational, the rest of the 1980s buildings and the shops will definitely be affected. So the key question is, if it's affected, what will happen to those buildings? Will they be undergoing an en bloc situation? Will there be a commercial big boys who are going to buy them out? So there are many multiple situations that may happen in years to come in this beauty world. Of course, these are all maybe beyond even 10 to even 20 years plan down the road, which of course we have no way to determine that is this going to be ready. But at least we are going to see a good mix of the old buildings as well as the new building in an estate by itself, in the neighborhood by itself. And that is what makes the reserve residences such a prime location, prime project, that if today you have a choice and a chance to actually own one as your first property or even as your second property, you definitely want to take note of some of all these points. All right, so of course, the three not so good things, okay, about the reserve residences. Okay, so of course, all these are my own opinion, and because I've been to the show flats, I've seen the layouts. One of the key things that I personally don't really like is the layouts. Okay, so of course there are many different types from 1 bedrooms all the way to 5 bedrooms, but particularly there are some of the layouts, not all, okay, some of the layouts, the way I see is that they are kind of structured a little bit weird, all right, a little bit odd, meaning they have their own space of a kitchen, and then they are kind of angled differently. All right, so from the developers, architect, of course, when we gotten the news that why are they laid out this way and not the normal regular size, it's because they are trying to tilt all the properties to get their own perspective of different views. Whether you are facing the landed views, where you get a west sun, or you want to tilt it towards the nature reserve and away from PIE. So that is the argument that they have. That is why some of the layouts are kind of odd in terms of their facing, and even some of them are very close to each other side by side. That means when with one window in your master room, perhaps you can see your neighbor in their living hall. There are some of all these odd angles of the development that I saw in general, which I personally are still quite conventional and traditional, that if I want to buy a property, I want it to be straight up, nothing weird happening in my property, so that I can maximize the space. And even when I want to put in furnitures or renovation, it's so much easier. All right, so of course, the second thing that I kind of don't really like for this, also this has something to do with what I shared just now earlier about the transformation. So with all these transformations going on, right, definitely for this property that is reserved residences, you may want to hold this longer. Okay, that means if you're looking for a quick exit within the next 3-4 years, I would suggest you want to hold this beyond the 5 and 6 years period, or even the 8 years. The reason why, because potentially right now, with all these bells and whistles going on into reserve residences, you have your integration, you have your transport hub, you have the link bridge to the community hub, you have the MRT. So all these bells and whistles definitely will be a more premium price point. All right, and you potentially will be the highest price point, most premium in the entire Beauty World area. And why do I say that? That why do we need to hold it longer is because I do not see enough supporting new plots directly in Beauty World area to help increase your value in the years to come. So the only two plots that we are seeing right now is, of course, Bukit Sembawang opposite. They already have bought the land, and they will definitely be slated to launch in the next 1 to 2 years. And the other plot that has already been zoned for commercial and residential, which is the plot at Jalan Sichuan, right now is a public car park. So these two are the only plots that in the next maybe 5 or 7, 8 years down the road, before 2030, is going to be coming up as a new launch in that neighborhood. So if today you are looking into a quick exit, within the next 3 to even 4 years down the road, the entire area may not have seen its full capacity for your prices to actually scale, so that you can actually exit with a very, very comfortable profit. So this is something that we want to, kind of be a little bit more careful about. And this comes back to how long do you intending to keep this next property? What's your horizon like? What's the main purpose objective? And that's where we will work together and see that if, let's say, today you are intending to hold this property for the next 10 years, right? By all means, I would find that reserve residences is definitely ideal if you want to hold it a little bit longer beyond the short-term basis, right? So anything beyond 5 or even 6, 7, 8 years, I think reserve residences, you can hold that, and its value will continue to grow with the supporting plots helping your value. Okay, so the last not so good thing that I really is a hate and love relationship with reserve residences. Why? Because first of all, it's a full integration. We love that, but at the same time, we are in the heart of the entire transformation for Beauty World, and we are also, whether you like it or not, we are also in the heart of the entire busy traffic of Beauty World. Okay, so your surrounding north, south, east, west, everywhere is going to be traffic. So of course, developer has done their very best. Okay, there's also certain limitations they have. They have done their very best to kind of, shield off some of the noises. Like they purposely built the what do you call this, the service apartments nearer to the PIE site. They have the creek collection to kind of shield off as much noise as possible. And they were even during the building process, after the TOP, if let's say there are certain blocks that is above the threshold of the noise level, which NEA usually will measure, they will also fit in soundproof ceilings in the balcony to kind of shield off some of this noise. So all these are definitely things that is beyond what a developer can do, because the layout, the location, the traffic is like that. But at least what the developer has done is that they did their very best to kind of control the noises, the traffic noise a little bit more. So we can't avoid it totally, which is why if you look at it from a layout perspective, they try to angle it as much as they can, because they also know from a consumer's perspective, this is going to be a major setback in terms of the noise. Okay, so as much as we love, it's a very centralized location. You are integrated with all the transportation, but always remember, while staying in the property, you're on top, noise travels up. We do need to take note of this situation. And which is why if you study the reserve residences properly, there are quite a fair bit of stacks and blocks that is actually without balcony. All right, so it's full-fledged, full window. And this is also one of the reasons why you don't get all balcony spaces like most of the other developments in reserve residences. You get a mixture of those that with balconies and those without. So it's really up to us to decide what kind of property types is suitable for us to purchase based on what's your objective, all right, whether you're buying for own stay or whether you're buying for investment. So clearly, based on the layout, if today you are going to go for higher floor units, of course, the noise level will be minimized a lot. But if you're having some quantum issues that you want to keep it to a certain price point, then likely you'll be actually facing the road noises quite a fair bit. All right. So because we are right smack in the center, right? So I do have my reserves, okay, about this property of my 3 good and my not so good things that I like about and don't like about reserve residences. All right. So do stay tuned. Okay. So if you are somebody who loves beauty world area, you are kind of, yes, I know the transformation is going to be there. You know, there's going to be a lot of vibrancy in that area all coming up. You know, you are looking into that future plan. Then perhaps you will want to actually watch on to the next video that I'm going to do up for you guys to really specifically look at the layout, which stack, which facing, which floor level. You know, are we going to choose the outside one? Are we going to choose the west sun, even though we have the view? Or should we choose the inside facing where we will be, we will have no issue with the noises, but yet at the same time we are facing inwards. So these are all a lot of decision-making process. Okay, we help our clients to kind of filter it off instead of you doing it yourself. So do comment below, all right, which layout, or should I say which bedroom types would you like me to share in my sharing about which stack and which property type is the best in reserve residences. So just share with me in the comment section whether you like the 1 bedroom to be done, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms, all the way to 5 bedrooms. Which bedroom types would you like me to do my assessment on and my research on? And I will do in the next video very, very soon for you. So meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to our channel, remember to help me to do that and give me some thumbs up and loves, right? That will actually boost us to actually do more videos like this for you. All right, great. Thank you so much. And I shall see you guys in my next video where we will uncover which are the units in reserve residences that has the best layout, best facing, and as well as the best height floor in terms of pricing. All right, I shall see you guys real soon in the next video. Bye.